Hola y buenos días. Yo soy el señor Morris. ¿Cómo están ustedes? Now, did you all practice the Spanish from our last class? Did anyone teach someone else what they learned? Maybe somebody in their family. Good. Today, we'll view the alphabet in Spanish and do another letter dictation activity. We'll review what we've talked about up to now in the unit, and then we'll talk about language in general in something called cognates. But let's begin with our greeting song. Canten conmigo. Hola, hola, buenos días, bienvenidos, ¿cómo están? Todos juntos ya estamos listos para aprender. Muy bien. Y'all are getting much better at singing the songs. I appreciate that. To start off with today, I'd like for all of you to watch the video on the alphabet in Spanish. Now remember to listen carefully to how the vowels are pronounced in Spanish. After you watch this video, I'm going to see if you can write down some letters that I dictate to you. So have your notebook or some scratch paper and something to write with ready for the dictation activity. Ahora, presten atención y repitan todos.
A. América. B. Biblioteca. C. Ciudad. Che. Chico. D. Dos. E. Escuela. F. Familia. G. Gobierno. H. Hospital. I. Iberia. J. Juego. K. Kilo. L. Libro. Y. Llama. M. México. N. 9. Ñ. Ñoclo. O. Oficina. P. Policía. Q. 15. R. Restaurante. R. Correos. S. 7. T. Tío. U. 1. B. 20. W. Washington. X. Xilófono. Y. Yo. Z. Zoológico.
Muy bien. Ahora saquen papel, and you can use some scratch paper or your Spanish notebook, y lápiz o pluma para escribir estas letras. Try to listen to these letters, see if you can recognize them and write them down. Ready? C. La C. Remember? A, B. See if you can write that one down. Did you write down this letter? There it is. La C. Did you get that? Let's try another one. La L. L. And if you say that one yourself, L, you might be able to figure out which one it is. Go ahead and write it down. Did you write down this one? L. L. Como libro. That's right. Let's try another one. How about E? E. Now I'm going to give you a hint. This isn't our letter E from the English alphabet. E. It's like that. Think carefully. Did you write down this letter? There it is. La I. Yeah, it looks like our letter I, but they call it E. Let's try another one. How about this? U. U. Well, it sounds like a vowel, doesn't it? Ooh. Did you get this? La U. There you go. Let's try another one. How about la ñ? la ñ. And this we don't have in our alphabet. I'm giving you that hint. Can you write down la ñ? Did you write down this one? La ñ, there it is. And you see it's like the N, only it has that tilde. It's called a tilde right there. A tilde over the top of it. La ñ. All right. Muy bien. Well, I tell you what. Let's start today by reviewing the phrases that we've been talking about. Okay? If you want someone to do something for you or to give you something in Spanish, do you remember what you say? Por favor. Repitan. And you've probably heard that before, right? How about this? If somebody's done something nice for you, see, he's given him the ball, what do you say? Okay, right? You say thank you in Spanish. Gracias. Repitan. Gracias. So if this guy says gracias, how do you answer? How do you say you're welcome in Spanish? He'd say de nada. De nada. Repitan. Okay. Now if somebody, look at, they're going to go out and play a game of tennis. What do you tell somebody? Tell them, good luck. Y en español, buena suerte. Repitan todos. Buena suerte. Okay. Well, now here's someone eating. He wants to come up and say something nice to her. What is he going to say? Buen provecho. Repitan todos. Buen provecho. That's right. And you can practice that out in the cafeteria today. Oh, and look at, she had an ice cream cone and it fell onto his foot. Oh, what is she going to say? She might say one of two things. She might say, perdón, or lo siento. Repitan, perdón, lo siento. Okay, we also talked about how to use language in Spanish that is to show respect. We looked specifically at these two sentences, ¿Cómo estás? And ¿Cómo está usted? And what did we say were the differences? You can see that this one has the S on the end and that one doesn't. And then that one has the word usted. Okay, do you remember? We said we use ¿Cómo estás? When we're talking to our friends. And when we want to be polite to someone and show them respect, we're going to use this other one here, down here. ¿Cómo está usted? Okay? Well, I tell you what, let's sing that song about good manners that we sang before. To my friend I say, ¿Cómo estás? To an adult I say, ¿Cómo está usted? To those I know well and consider close, I say words that end with an S. You remember that? To my brother I say, ¿Cómo estás? To my teacher I say, ¿Cómo está usted? To show respect and to be polite, I always say usted. Tell you what, why don't you all review the greetings that we've been practicing during this unit with this video. Ahora, presten atención y repitan todos. Buenos días. Buenas tardes. Buenas noches. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted? Estoy bien, gracias. Adiós. Hasta luego. ¿Cómo te llamas? Me llamo Roberto. Mucho gusto. El gusto es mío. Por favor. Gracias. De nada.
Buena suerte.
Buen provecho.
Perdón. Lo siento.
All right. I think I heard some of you guys repeating after that, and that's good. That's a good way to practice. Now, one important skill in speaking a language, whether it's English or Spanish, is being able to guess word meanings. One way that you do this is context. Context means all of the words that are around the word that you want to guess. For example, in English, does anyone know what a velocipede is? Velocipede. You may not. If you don't know what it is, how about if I told you, I rode my velocipede to school today and got a flat tire riding across the field. Good thing I had my velocipede helmet on. Now can you guess what a velocipede is? It's a bike, that's right. How did you know that? Because I said I rode my velocipede, I got a flat tire, I had my velocipede helmet on. Okay, that's using context clues. Another way, other than using context clues, is using cognates. And I'll bet that you've noticed that some of the words from Spanish are really pretty easy to figure out. Like when we were talking about the months and we said that febrero was February, you probably said to yourself, well, duh. Or when I chose a name for myself and Robert became Roberto, you probably said, yeah, I can see that. It makes sense. Well, those types of words are called cognates. Cognates. Or in Spanish, they're called cognados. Okay? There are a number of words like that. For example, remember when we were talking about the months, diciembre is December, right? Let's see if you can use some of your skills now. What do you think the word banco means? Look at that word, and remember it's a cognate, so it's almost like the word in English. Banco. Can you guess? Raise your hand and tell your teacher. Teacher, did they guess that the word banco means bank? Bank. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, let's look now at our activity sheet for today, and it's called Cognados. Let's go ahead and start off by filling in up here where it says nombre. You remember what to write up there? That's right, that's your name. And now try to write your Spanish name. And as you write it, think of the letters in Spanish. I'm going to write my name, Roberto. R O B E R T O. Roberto. You go ahead and write your name up there. And then the directions say, match the word in Spanish to its English cognate. Okay, now the first one has been done for you. This word here in Spanish, inteligencia, is the same as this word in English, intelligence. And if you look at them, you can see that they look a lot alike. So all I want you to do is draw a line from the Spanish word to its English equivalent. Okay, let's look through these words now. Letra, regular, mayo, nación, suéter, música, voto, banco, automóvil, oficina, común, televisión, minuto, acción, bicicleta, guitarra, favor, experimento, teléfono. So go ahead and see if you can find some of those, and some of those are pretty easy, like this one, mayo. I happen to know that we've covered that, and mayo is May. See if you can go ahead and finish those up whenever your teacher gives you time, whether it's after class or sometime later today when you finished your other work, or maybe you can take it home and see if you can do it at home. Okay? Muy bien. Today, we reviewed the things that we've been talking about in this unit. We also looked at a couple of things that we can do to help us figure out word meaning in Spanish. Next class, we'll look some more at language and talk about things like nouns and verbs and adjectives. Okay? For our goodbye song today, let's sing La Bamba again. This is one of my songs that I really enjoy. Canten conmigo. Para bailar la bamba, para bailar la bamba, se necesita una poca de gracia, una poca de gracia, pa' ti, pa' mí, ahí arriba y arriba, ahí arriba y arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Everybody help me out now. Bamba, bamba. Do it again. Bamba, bamba. Yo no soy marinero. Yo no soy marinero. Soy capitán. Soy capitán. Soy capitán. Here we go again. Bamba, bamba. Sing it again. Bamba, bamba. Sing it kind of soft now. A little bit softer. A little bit louder now. Bamba, bamba. Real loud now. Bamba, bamba. You guys are doing a great job. Until our next class, adios y hasta luego.